What is up, guys? It is Jed Wrestling here with yet another Elite Series ranking video. The last one we did was Elite Series 1 through 20, and in that video, I promised that the next video on this series would be Elite Series 21 through 40. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I will try not to be nostalgia blinded when I'm making this because there's a lot of series and figures in particular in the 21 through 40 range that have a lot of nostalgia value to me. So I will try not to pretend like I just can't say anything bad about them whatsoever, and I will offer an unbiased analysis for this video. We're gonna start off with Elite Series 21. In this series, we got AJ Lee, Rey Mysterio, Honky Tonk Man, Ryback, Randy Orton, and Alberto Del Rio. Favorite figure out of the series is going to go to AJ Lee. I think this is a figure that goes forgotten. I think it's a cool figure, especially like for a women's elite figure back then, because like back then you have like the single jointed knee articulation, so the basic boots, which they're just now starting to rectify, if I'm being totally honest. But I think the attire on this and the resemblance and the head sculpt and everything just like makes up for all that, makes it a really cool figure. I'm a big fan of that AJ Lee. And if she returns to WWE, which I do really want to happen, that I would definitely want them to re-release the Elite 21 AJ Lee. Absolutely do that. They need to just do more greatest hits women's figures as a whole, just with like the new technology. I don't know why they don't re-release more of those. And my least favorite figure out of the series is gonna go to Ryback. It's his first ever Elite figure. Not really the biggest fan of the attire on this. I think it's kind of like just like bland, just like colorless. Not really that exciting. He comes with a rubber shirt, which also isn't my favorite. Just overall, not my favorite figure is that Ryback from Elite Series 21. Yeah. So, and my final star rating for this, it's pretty good. It's a pretty decent series. I think it's definitely a better series for sure. One that goes forgotten, much like the AJ Lee figure. Itself, I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars for Elite Series 21. Let's now move on to number 22. Decided to move over here so you can see the figures a bit better. Elite Series 22, The Big Show, The Giant, Kane, The Rock, Tensai, and Damien Sandow. Cool how they were able to include both The Big Show and The Giant in the same series, because of course they're the same person, obviously Paul White. So it's like similarly to Elite 16, where they did Kevin Nash and Diesel. My favorite figure out of the series is not going to be either Big Show or The Giant. It is Tensai. I think this is a really cool figure. I think the robe is cool. Obviously, for being rubber, the headpiece is cool, tattoo detail and all that. Really, really nice, really underrated figure. Just like the Elite 10 Yoshitatsu, just like a character that you forget about. Just like like they had a really cool Elite figure, really detailed Elite figure. I like that Tensai. And my least favorite figure out of the series is gonna go to Damien Sandow. I like the cloth good on display here. Just overall, it's the one I'd least like to have out of the series, and obviously it's a Damien Sandow. So it's going to be kind of bland, white boots, purple knee pads, the pink trunks and all that. So not the most exciting. It is my least favorite figure out of the series. Is that Damien Sandow? Favorite is Tensai. The final rating for Elite Series 22, I'm going to go 3.5 stars, just like Elite 21. Moving on, we have Elite Series 23, Triple H, Antonio Cesaro, John Cena, JBL, The Undertaker, and the Macho Man, Randy Savage. This was his first ever mainline Elite figure, was Randy Savage, and he is my favorite figure out of the series. I think the gold gear is really nice. I like the tights, I like the shirt, I like the championship. He comes with the really cool designs on the shirt as well as the tights, so that's really really cool. I like that Randy Savage. And my least favorite figure out of the series is going to be Triple H. This was the first like classic Triple H I believe that they did, and it's not really the coolest, not sort of a bland attire. DX rubber shirt I'm not too fond of. Just overall, not my favorite figure is that Triple H. I'm gonna give Elite Series 23 3 stars. Elite 24. Here we go. The Miz, Trish Stratus, Wade Barrett, Rey Mysterio, Dolph Ziggler, and Ryback. Favorite figure out of the series, believe it or not, is going to go to Ryback. I think this singlet is really cool. I think it's cool how he comes with the chair as well as the rubber cut-off T-shirt. Just like the silver designs with the red, just really really nice Ryback. One that I would like to add to my collection. I think that would be cool. And my least favorite figure out of the series is going to be the Miz. Big rubber jacket. Attire's kind of cool. I like the gray designs, the gray and white. So that's actually not bad. Just like the Miz. the big rubber jackets they used to include just hold back his older figures for me. Even like his newer figures, like the greatest hits Miz, he still has the rubber jacket there, so that's kind of unfortunate. But yes, the Miz is my least favorite figure out of the series, and I'm going to give Elite Series 24 4 stars. I think it's actually the best series we've looked at so far. It's pretty nice. Literally just realized that this Logan Paul had fallen off of my shelf. He was in the front row, so we're gonna stick him back there in front of LA Knight. Yeah, but we're moving on to Elite Series 25. We got Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Sheamus, Bruno Sammartino, Brodus Clay, and Sin Cara. Favorite figure out of the series is Seth Rollins. This was his first ever Elite figure, and I think they nailed it times 10 probably. It's a great figure. Definitely one they should re-release. Short hair, sort of Seth Rollins head sculpt with like I think I'm pretty sure he's got like a man bun in the back or something. I'm not quite sure because I don't have that figure, but he's got like this slicked back hair for Seth, which is really nice. Blonde highlights. He comes with a table and a big ladder and all that. That's really cool. And my least favorite figure is Brodus Clay. Just like I don't feel like Brodus Clay at this stage needed an updated figure that much. This came out like what 2013, 2014. It's probably 2013. Brodus Clay definitely did not need an updated Elite figure. He was very much an undercard talent at this point. And I don't even think it's that cool. Just like the fully blacked out singlet. The white pants are actually pretty solid. You could use those on different figures if you want if they fit on them. Like you want like a ruthless aggression Brock Lesnar or something, pop those white pants on there. Just overall, not one that I'm looking really desperately to get to my collection. Is that Brodus Clay? It is my least favorite figure out of the series. And Elite 25 as a whole, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Elite 26, not the best series in my opinion. Not that every figure just absolutely sucks out of Elite 26. It's just that it's kind of boring and just I don't know. We'll see. We got Big E, Mark Henry, Roman Reigns, Ultimate Warrior, Road Dogg, and Jack Swagger. Road Dogg is my favorite figure out of the series. I think it resembles him. I think it's detailed. I think it's cool. He comes with like the shirt. He's got the really cool pant molds that they used on pretty much every Road Dogg. So I think that's really nice. Definitely my favorite figure out of the series is the Road Dogg, and my least favorite figure out of the series is Mark Henry. Sort of similar to the Elite. I think it was 15 that we looked at in the past video. The only change really is that he comes with the Bent on Destruction shirt instead of the World Heavyweight Championship. Just overall, it's just I don't know. Mark Henry is my least favorite figure out of the series, and the series as a whole, I'm gonna give it probably 2.5 stars. I hate to say it. I'm just really not a fan of Elite 26. I never really have been. But the Road Dogg is definitely the spotlight of this series. That's a really nice figure. Definitely a better series. We got Elite 27. Here we go. Rikishi, Fandango, Billy Gunn, The Undertaker, Kofi Kingston, and Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam is my favorite figure out of the series. I believe this is based off of his little short run he had between 2013 and 2014. I think that's what it's based off of. It might have just been 2014 thinking about it. I don't know. I don't quite know like the time frame for his return run, but it's really cool. He comes with a steel chair, really cool singlet design on it. It's definitely a figure that I want to add to my collection. The only Rob Van Dam Elite I have is the Monday Night Wars, which is still a great figure. But Elite 27 is definitely something I should look into getting pretty soon, or they should re-release. I don't know. And my least favorite figure out of the series is The Undertaker. This is a really good series, and every figure out of the series is really good. The Undertaker is just my least favorite. He's got the brown logos on the side, WrestleMania 29, I believe, when he faced CM Punk. He's just got the big rubber trench coat, not really just I don't know. Big rubber coat is what holds back this figure the most for me, and that head sculpt never really was the biggest fan of it. But Undertaker is my favorite figure out of the series, my least favorite figure out of the series, excuse me, and RVD is my favorite. Elite 27 as a whole, probably 4.5 stars. That's really good. Moving on to Elite Series 28, we have Triple H, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Demolition Crush, Bray Wyatt, and The Big Show. Bray Wyatt is my favorite figure out of the series. When you have like no accessories on, it's just like black shirt, white pants, black shoes, right? But it's just like so cool. It just resembles Bray Wyatt so heavily, and this should have been the From the Vault re-release. Oh my gosh, why are they doing WrestleMania 30 from the Vault Bray Wyatt? I just nah, dude. I want the Elite 28. but Bray Wyatt is my favorite figure out of the series. He's just absolutely amazing. The cloth good is definitely probably what sells this figure the most. Like the Hawaiian cloth shirt, like that's just so dope. Love that Bray Wyatt. Worst figure out of the series is going to be Triple H. It's kind of just like a current day sort of Triple H run at the time. Not really the biggest fan of the attire with just like the same gold and white logo on the front. He comes with two sledgehammers, which is pretty cool, and and two crowns, so that's actually not bad. But just like the Triple H is my favorite, my least favorite figure out of the series, and Elite 28 is gonna get 3.5 stars from me. Elite Series 29, Goldust, Damian Sandow, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Andre the Giant, and the last Elite figure in 10 years of CM Punk. If the CM Punk had logos on his kick pads, then that would easily be my favorite figure out of the series. It's just like head sculpt, perfection, hoodie, love it, gear, like the Wolverine inspired gear when he fought Brock Lesnar. Just so cool, so nostalgic, but it's just that he doesn't have the logos on the kick pads. I'm pretty sure he wore that gear like with logos on the kick pads a few times, so that would have been cool to see. Alas, we did not see it. So my favorite figure out of the series is Luke Harper. I think it resembles him, much like the Bray Wyatt. It's just something that resembles him, something that's really cool, something that comes with cool accessories. He's got the flannel and everything. Really cool Luke Harper, and I like the head sculpt. I like the jeans and all that. Really cool. And my least favorite figure out of the series is Andre the Giant. Cloth singlet I actually like and think they should have done with the Ultimate Edition, especially like the diaphragm joint on the Ultimate. The singlet didn't quite line up. I think that would have been cool to do. But Andre the Giant, just like the big hairpiece, don't really like it. And it was kind of just like a random release, kind of just to get like an Andre the Giant out there. If they had like the Legends line at the time, that it maybe would have fit in there. But just like main elite line for an Andre the Giant, just kind of random, kind of out there. So my least favorite figure out of the series is Andre the Giant, and I will give Elite Series 29 3.5 stars. Series 30, Brock Lesnar, Road Warrior Hawk, Road Warrior Animal, Lex Luger, Ryback, and Batista. My favorite figure of the series. I love those LOD figures. If I could put both Legion of Doom, Animal, and Hawk at the number one spot, I would do that. But it's two figures. We have to have one figure in the spot, otherwise it would be cheating. So favorite figure out of the series, just by like face paint and torso choice. I gotta go with Animal. I thought they made Hawk a little too jacked in his torso. With that figure, they used like a Triple H torso. If you can see like this torso for the Triple H, they used that for the Hawk, and like a sort of like a Brock Lesnar type torso they used for Animal, which I think works. And I just think his face paint was always cooler. So Animal is my favorite. My least favorite is gonna be Brock Lesnar. I don't like this head sculpt at all, and just like another Brock Lesnar. I think this was like the scratch that actually. That was like the first Brock Lesnar with the black shorts, like the black shorts, I believe. So scratch what I said about like, oh my gosh, another Brock Lesnar. But don't like this head sculpt. Don't like the rubber shirt. I like the pants. But just overall, my least favorite figure out of the series is Brock Lesnar, and I will give Elite 34 stars. Series 31. Here we go. Kane, The Rock, Dean Ambrose, Vader, and Jay and Jimmy Uso, the Usos. I said I wouldn't be nostalgia biased, but my gosh, I love those figures so much. The Elite 31 Jimmy and Jay Uso. I want them so bad. I'm pretty sure they're going to be re-releasing them soon. I think I heard rumblings about that. Like Greatest Hits series, I believe 7 or 8 or whatever it is. They're going to have Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso hopefully in their day one gears, the green and pink, just absolutely amazing. Love those Usos. And until we get the re-release, my favorite figure out of the series is Jimmy Uso. Believe it or not, I just think head sculpt and detail, he's better than Jay in that regard. At least in this figure. Yeah, like the tongue out, it's just more fun. I just like the Jimmy Uso more than the Jay. And my least favorite figure out of the series is Kane. He comes with a mask, which makes his head look absolutely massive. He's got like the gear, which is actually pretty nice. I like that gear, pretty nostalgic gear for Kane, at least for me. With the black, then like the stitchings on it, like the red fire stitchings. I think that's actually cool. But just the mask is really all that holds it back. Just like the mask makes him look like JD McDonough, massive head. 3.5 stars for me for Elite 31. Next, we have Elite Series 32. Sin Cara, Mark Henry, Rey Mysterio, Big E, Daniel Bryan, and Cody Rhodes. favorite figure out of the series. This is a really nice series. I like this one a lot. I wanted to say Mark Henry, but just like I think I like the Cody Rhodes more. Rubber shirt, don't like it, but as far as like the rubber jacket, I think that's cool. I think that's detailed. Head sculpt's cool. Gear's cool. I've already said how underrated I think the Elite 32 Cody Rhodes is before. I own it. I think it's a great figure. And my least favorite figure out of the series, I'm actually wearing the shirt. You can't quite tell. Shirt this is the 2014 Daniel Bryan shirt. My least favorite figure out of the series is Daniel Bryan. Attire's cool. Head sculpt don't really like it, and like pre True Effects head scan technology stuff. Just like a head sculpt weren't always the greatest. That's like if I'm calling out the head sculpts a little too much, I apologize. But we're just looking at it through like those times, not necessarily like modern eyes. We're looking at it through eyes of the time like 2015 when this released. And also the Wyatt family jumpsuit I think is pretty cool. It's just not something that a lot of people remember when Daniel Bryan shortly joined the Wyatt family. So that's why he is my least favorite figure out of the series. And this series is actually really good. Like I said, I like it, and I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars, believe it or not. Elite Series 33 up next. The Junkyard Dog, X-Pac, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Batista, and Cesaro. Best figure out of the series, X-Pac. Detailed, looks like him, just really cool. I like that X-Pac a lot. And it's probably I don't know, it could be his best figure. I think they need to do like just like an updated, more classic X-Pac because we haven't seen like an X-Pac figure in a minute. So they definitely should get around to that. Maybe re-release this one, European title and all that. That would be really, really cool. And I like the head sculpt, especially with the tongue out. I think that's fun. I think that's cool. Least favorite figure out of the series is gonna go to Cesaro. Back in the day, I actually really wanted this figure because of the like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that. Never got it. But Cesaro is my least favorite figure out of the series. Head sculpt, decent. Gear, it's black and white. It's pretty bland. So that's mostly why it is my least favorite figure out of the series. I still do want that trophy though. To this day, I still gotta get that. Still gotta get that trophy. And my elite 4 stars is gonna be my ranking for Elite 33. Three stars. I meant 3 stars. Elite 34, Page, Rusev, Doink the Clown, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, and Bad News Barrett. Best figure out of the series, I've got some bad news. Bad News Barrett. I really liked this gimmick when he had it, the Bad News Barrett gimmick. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty funny when he always had bad news for people. And it's really cool figure. I like the torso twist that they used to use for Wade Barrett. That's definitely something like Wade Barrett or Bad News Barrett. That's definitely a torso they could use on more people. I like the head sculpt. I like the cape, even though it's not cloth, but it still fits him well. And once again, just like really cool. I really like that Bad News Barrett. Worst figure out of the series is Hulk Hogan. At the time, this would have been a pretty blockbuster inclusion, but this is like post-retirement Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 30 sort of, even though he doesn't have the exact shirt he wore at WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 30. He's got the boa, he's got the two rubber shirts, just not the most exciting, and definitely not as good as the WrestleMania 41 Elite if you want that version of Hulk Hogan. He doesn't even have like the updated skin tone either. And my final rating for Elite 34 is going to be just like Elite 33, 3 stars. Series 35. In this series, we have Triple H, Luke Harper, Diego, Fernando, Randy Orton, and Earthquake. We get best figure out of the series is going to be Randy Orton. I like the blue trunks a lot. I like the Evolution shirt. Head sculpt's kind of weird, but I think overall this is definitely a good Randy Orton figure. Definitely one that I would like to track down. Just like blue trunks Randy Orton, really unique. Speaking of unique colors on a Randy Orton, WrestleMania 31 Randy Orton, Mattel, please, 2015, WrestleMania 31 Randy Orton. Make it happen. Please. Least favorite figure out of the series, Triple H. I honestly think this is a figure we need in an Ultimate Edition, if I'm being totally honest, just because of that entrance gear. This is the WrestleMania 30 Triple H iconic gear when he fought Daniel Bryan, of course, and then on the same night, Daniel Bryan went on to the triple threat match with Randy Orton and Batista to win the championship. What a time that was! But Triple H, definitely my least favorite figure out of the series. Bland attire, just another current Triple H look, not that exciting. And the rubber cloak is definitely something that holds this figure back as well, which is why I say I want it in an Ultimate Edition because they could do that cloth. I think that would be really, really cool. And my final rating for Elite 35 is going to be 4. You guys remember that Triple H being the easiest figure to steal in the wild ever? You could just take the Triple H out, put another figure under all that clothing. It was ridiculous. moving on to Elite Series 36. Pretty solid series. We got both Goldust and Stardust, as well as DDP, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, and Bo Dallas. Favorite figure out of the series, Dean Ambrose. Super unique, super cool jacket, kendo stick, which we hadn't seen too often up to that point with figures, and just like the lunatic fringe, Dean Ambrose, just really really cool. Definitely a figure that I want to get my hands on. It's definitely towards the top of my list. I absolutely love that Dean Ambrose figure, especially like putting like an Intercontinental Championship or something on it. It looks really really cool, and I want that Dean Ambrose. Least favorite figure out of the series might shock some people. Bray Wyatt. I think this is a step down from his Elite 28 figure. He's got the green pants, which isn't that cool. It's not just like the worst figure you'll ever see, but like especially with no accessories on, because the accessories are actually pretty cool. You got like the apron and all that, but just like the green pants, head sculpt don't really like. Just I don't know. Just stay away from that Bray Wyatt. I recommend the Elite 28 over this one, and I would rate Elite 36 4 stars. It's pretty solid. Elite 37, another pretty good series. We got John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Dean Malenko, Seth Rollins, Stephanie McMahon, and The Miz. Best figure out of the series is John Cena. Love that red attire, so nostalgic. 2014 when he was feuding with the Shield, not the Shield, the Authority, and Seth Rollins and all that. Just really, really cool. Like the camo shorts. Don't like this head sculpt at all, but it's still a figure that I would like to get someday. Basically, like I keep mentioning that, just like so much nostalgia from all these figures. Just like seeing them, not getting them originally. I would like to get them someday. One of them being the Elite 37 John Cena. Worst figure out of the series is Stephanie McMahon. This is I believe when she fought Nikki Bella at SummerSlam. I thought it was WrestleMania 30 for a second, but it was probably when she fought Nikki Bella at SummerSlam, or was it Brie? I I honestly can't remember. But Stephanie McMahon, single jointed knee articulation, just like not the best were the women's figures back then, and definitely she's my least favorite figure out of the series, especially like the accessories. She just came with crowd signs. It's just not that cool. Least favorite figure out of the series, Stephanie. Favorite figure out of the series is John Cena. Elite 37 gets 3.5 stars. Three more to go. We got Elite 38. Farouk, Bradshaw, The Macho Man Randy Savage, Adam Rose, Roman Reigns, and Daniel Bryan. Best figure out of the series, once again, wearing the shirt, Daniel Bryan. Really, really nice attire. Like the head sculpt, like the shirt. It's perfect. I like everything about that Daniel Bryan. It's really, really nice. Worst figure out of the series, I'm gonna go with the Macho Man Randy Savage. That might surprise some people. I was about to say Farouk just because of the skin tone, but I think the Macho Man is a worse figure than that. Just because like he could have come with the jacket. I think that would have been really nice. Definitely would have boosted this figure up a little bit. And it's also like when you take into account how many gears they hadn't made of the Macho Man up to that point, it just didn't make a lot of sense to put like the bland like black, red, and yellow gear in here. Not that cool. It's sort of like a WCW Macho Man, but it's just not that cool to me. Doesn't really pique my interest in terms of Macho Man figures. And my Elite 39. We got a packaging change up in here. The British Bulldog, Sting, Godfather, Damien Mizdow, Dolph Ziggler, and Psycho Sid. Favorite figure of the series, Dolph Ziggler. Like the shirt, like the championship, Intercontinental title, absolutely beautiful. And probably my favorite Intercontinental title design they've ever had. White strap, just absolutely amazing. Like the gear on Ziggler, much like the Daniel Bryan. I don't really have any gripes with this figure, especially for being like something from that time. They don't have all the technologies. That's a really nice Ziggler. And the worst figure out of the series is going to be Psycho Sid. Don't really like this head sculpt. And overall, it's just a bland figure. It doesn't really stand up well next to all the other figures out of the series, in my personal opinion. So he is my least favorite figure out of the series. Obviously, RIP to him, but it's just not my favorite figure. And Elite 39 as a whole, it's really good. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. Definitely a better series. And the last series we will be looking at today is Elite 40, which contains IRS, Tyson Kidd, John Cena, Sami Zayn, Rick Rude, and Umaga. Favorite figure out of the series, John Cena. So nostalgic. The US title open challenges. Another one. I feel like they should do this in an Ultimate Edition, dude. I really do. Ultimate Edition 2015 Cena with the maybe like the really beautiful shirt, like the blue shirt that he had, if you remember that. with like his different like years of wrestling. He had Dr. Thugonomics Cena on there. It was just really cool. So definitely we need an Ultimate Edition of that Cena. I think that would be really nice. And the worst figure out of the series is IRS, Urban R. Shyster. The height on this figure is absolutely ridiculous. He dwarfs his Greatest Hits Legends figure, which was definitely a better height, definitely better resemblance to him. Just like the height is the thing that holds him back most. They use like the corporate Kane legs, and it's definitely he's definitely not as tall as Kane. But yes, Elite 40 final rating, I'm gonna give it 4 stars, and that will be it for the Elite rating 21 through 40. I hope you enjoyed this video, and the next one we're going to do is going to be 41 through 60, and we'll continue to progress on from there until we have every Elite series of all time rated. I know you guys have enjoyed this series so far, so definitely stay tuned for more. Jed Wrestling, out.